All right, I got a request from one of my members in my WhatsApp group who asked, Sir, could you give some pointers for in terms of career? And this guy is in his kind of 30s, so he wanted something that would be useful for him in his 30s going to 40s. So I just jotted down 10 points that came to mind, and feel free to let me know which one you agree, disagree, which one stands out, and if you feel you could add something, it's always welcome. So, in no particular order, here are the 10 points that I would give someone who is in their 30s. Number one is, if you're afraid that you're going to lose your job, you're working somewhere and you're afraid that you're going to lose your job, it is always bothering you, that job insecurity is there, okay? Then most probably that is the maximum level that you would ever reach, and that is the maximum salary, give or take 10% or 20% more, that you would ever get. Because if you are afraid to lose your job, you don't have the confidence in you, you don't have the ability, forget the confidence, many people are overly confident, but if you don't have the skill, if you don't have the demand for your skill, if you do not have the contacts and connections, and this is it, this job that you have and its salary and its package is the maximum, then you're not going to go beyond this, okay? Because your mind unconsciously is telling you, listen, you don't deserve this, you should be lucky that you have this, because if you don't have this, you're finished. And this is a fact I can tell you through years and years of mentoring and coaching others, okay, helping them get their jobs or whatever. Second one is, if you are going on a holiday and the company is functioning without you, they don't even bother to call you. Or, I'm not talking of, oh, where did you keep this document or where is that? But if they can function without you when you're on a holiday, that's a massive red flag. That means you are very replaceable. You are pretty indispensable. And if you have someone who is an assistant, or you have someone who is a colleague who's doing more or less the same work, and you go on holiday, that means you better look out for another job. Because always remember, if you are the monopoly there, if nobody can take your place, if you are the numero uno, then you are in a better position. But if you are the type you go on a holiday, nobody bothers to give you a call, boss, the writing is on the wall. That means anytime the management changes, or they lose their cool, or they decide we need to cut down cost, you are out. Number three is, do not continue. This one is controversial, but I tell people, do not continue in a company for more than 5 years, if you do not get a salary increment, if your position is not improved, if your responsibilities have not increased. Okay, I'm not talking of if you join somewhere new, okay, and you are starting off as someone who doesn't know anything, then obviously your job responsibilities increase. But if you are someone in his 30s where you know the job, you're given just a few bits more to learn, because every company is different, every culture is different. But after that, it gets stagnated. There is no more, new responsibility. But apart from responsibilities, it's not just giving you more work. Are they increasing your salary? Are they increasing your title? Are they giving you a better title? Are they increasing the authority that you have? If these three are not in sync, boss, you better start looking out for a better job. Because inflation is increasing, cost of living is increasing, purchasing power is decreasing. So if you're not earning more, you're fooling yourself. Number four is, the benefit of joining new companies, new environments, is that it improves your skill of dealing with people. In my case, I deal with a new customer every single occasion. I deal with new inquiries. I deal with new individuals. So my level of experience of dealing with new people is much more than someone who just has the same boss, same colleague, same whatever. It's like a guy has multiple women that he has met, multiple men that he has dealt with. That kind of individual would do much more than someone who has just one colleague and a wife, or one kid. you don't go beyond that, your skills don't improve, because dealing with different people requires different skill sets. Number 5 is when you work more on yourself than on your job. This is something I have stated right from, I don't know, the beginning of my coaching career. The reason why I say this is because work never ends. You finish a project, your company gives you, your boss gives you, there'll be a new project. You complete a delivery, there'll be a new one. Because the owner of the company has to keep making you busy so that, you don't remain idle and get paid for nothing. So work never ends. I can assure you this much, even if you were to work 24 hours a day, work is still going to be there. So always make sure that you not just work like crazy on your work on yourself. Which brings me to the next point is, if you're being paid for 10 hours, okay, obviously the company will make you work for 12 hours. Even if in the Middle East, especially with our Indian management, they'll pay you for 8 hours, they'll make you work for 12 hours. What I suggest is, if you're working for 8 hours and you're paid for 8 hours, make sure 1 to 2 hours you work on yourself. Now, the question is, I'm in the office, how will I work for myself? Like, what will I do? I can't study. Well, you can network with someone, you can learn a new skill, you can rub shoulders with the right people, you can develop something that is, adds value to your current role. You can meet someone in the industry, you can make a new contact, connection, vendor. There are so many things you can do, but make sure you work on yourself, because one day when the job no longer exists, it's the skills that you worked on yourself that will help you succeed and survive. So make sure out of the 8 hours you work, 1 hour at least is dedicated for you, your brand, your visibility, your contacts, your connections, your value. Number 8, this I've told time and time and again, anything and everything should be in writing. If they don't give you an official written statement, either on email or on the letterhead or on something in writing, if they never give it to you in writing, they give you verbally, it means nothing. Verbally, in the court of law, you can't prove anything. It is he said, she said. You can't, take someone to court and say, see, this person said this. You can't prove anything to anyone. In fact, if you get into an argument, they'll say, show me the evidence. So always make sure it is specifically in writing. That's number 8. Number 9 is what people say behind your back. The gossip, the, cheap stuff, the shocking drawbacks, whatever they say, whatever they gossip, is normally and generally the truth. We don't like to hear it, but that's a reality. I'll give you a simple example. Think about a colleague you do not like. Okay? Think of a colleague. Is he gossipy? Is he a backstabber? Is he irritating? Does he have a bad temper? Now, that is his reality, right? But obviously you're not going to go and tell him on his face. People know about it. The same way, the same rule applies to you. What people say behind your back, what people gossip, is generally the truth, and I train my students to get this information out. You can ask me if you want how. If you're interested, I'll make a new video on it. And number 10, last but not the least, whatever got you to your current position, let's say you are right now a sales manager, you're a sales executive, you got to be a sales manager. Whatever got you from sales executive to sales manager is not going to get you from sales manager to sales director. The personal branding, the strategy, the education, the learning, the skill level, the competency, the leadership, the management, the ability to handle people, the pressure, all this is much more different than what it was. It's not just more, it is being better. Okay? So these are the 10 pointers that I would give someone in their 30s, especially late 30s. I don't know if you feel this added any value. If it did, please do let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you disagree, let me know which one you did not. But bad ugly, I'd love to hear from you. You guys take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.